It may have been a couple weeks, but we still are holding that number one spot for
I don't think
podcasts.
we can lose it at this point. I don't think we can
It's
lose it at this point.
impossible. It's impossible. But number one podcast with Partially and Black in its name. Oh man, it's great to be back. How we feeling, Kyle?
I feel amazing. My Charlotte Hornets won last night, the play-in game. First postseason win since the Obama administration. So you know what I'm saying. I'm just happy that we
Did they
could get
win
a
one in
win
the
in the
Obama
postseason.
administration?
They won a couple games. Yeah.
Okay. MJ wasn't the
last
greatest owner.
last time we won a game in the playoffs was Purple Shirt Man. It was that series against the Heat. You remember that? It was a dude who was sitting in the front row, and he was talking to D Wade, and the D Wade just started going off. It's
Oh,
Purple Shirt Man. Yeah, but that's the last time we won. How about you, man?
I'm doing great. Happy to be back talking to you. A little tired, but it's okay.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah. What can I say? It's okay though. Um, how's the Walsh spring ball going?
Uh, it's going.
It's going.
It's going. Yeah, we got 3 practices left. Spring games on Saturday.
I
So
know I hated spring ball as a player.
I thought spring ball was way worse than fall camp.
How is it as a coach?
It's way easier.
Is it?
It's way easier. Yeah, all you have to do, so think about it like fall camp. You gotta usually you would prepare all the installs like way ahead of time, but you would have to hold a meeting for the install meeting. You would have to hold a meeting for film. You would have to watch all the film, get all your notes, all that other stuff down in the time that like lunch is happening, and then you still have to show up to every other thing that they do. So like, if they're at lift, you got to be down there at lift.
Mm-hmm.
If they're at some team meeting, you got to be at that team meeting. So like, you'll be in there from 8 to 8, or you know what I'm saying, seven to 9, or whatever. You'll be in there all day. But for this, it's like, yeah, we got practice at 8. We'll watch film after practice, and then you kind of just sit around all day and wait for them to be done with school, and then you watch film at 4, and then you'll do the install for the next practice either that night or the next day, and like that will all like today I didn't do anything football related, but it's a little bit easier as a coach during this time than fall
That's why
camp.
you
Fall
guys are
camp
subpar.
Yeah. Whoa. Hey, I will have you know, top 10 run defense in the country. Top 10. You can't even take that away from us. There's
You
only
can't.
9 schools that were better than us. And one of the schools only played 10 games. They only played 10 games.
Okay, so they had better averages than you guys, but
Yeah,
just because it's
they
less than
played one
10
less.
games.
We played 11, they played 10.
Man,
Just
man,
saying.
man. That's because of Kyle too. I do want to go shift a little bit. How we feeling about the NBA playoffs coming up?
I'm super excited. It's my favorite. No, second favorite. It's my second favorite postseason. First is March Madness.
Is this your favorite professional one?
Yeah, my favorite professional one easily. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the NFL playoff games, it's like you kind of know who's gonna win.
Yeah,
You kind of know who's gonna win. It's not as many surprises as you would think.
I mean for the most part, I feel like the NBA it's pretty predictable. At least within our lifetime,
Yes, but the games are a little bit more exciting.
they
It's only
are.
because you play 7 games, so you get more games on top of that too. Like, I mean, last year was really exciting too with the Tyrese Halliburton stuff.
Yeah,
This
the whole
year,
Pacers team was just they.
yeah,
I still have that out there. They would have won Game 7. Well, OKC would not be the NBA champions.
this year, if my Hornets win on Friday, right now the 76ers and we got the loser of the 76ers Magic game, and it's a 2-point game. 76ers are up 2, but if we win on Friday, then expect us to make a splash against Detroit. But all the first round games for the Western Conference are gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
So like,
Thunder. Thunder's either gonna face the Suns, Clips, or the Warriors. Is that right?
uh, I can't remember who won the playing game last night.
I don't remember. I think actually, Suns lost.
The Suns lost last night.
Yeah.
That's right. So the Trailblazers are the 7th seed. So on tonight, the Warriors or the Clippers. The winner of that game will get to play the Suns on Friday for the 8th seed. But the 1-8 matchup over there should be a blowout. The 2-7 should be a blowout.
I
But
think we all know what we're excited for.
yeah, I would say the 4-5 and the 3-6 game should be crazy.
I'm just trying to see the Lakers Rockets. I'm probably gonna tune in.
Lakers Rockets is gonna be fun. But even then, I think Timberwolves Nuggets is going to be a really good series too. That one's probably going to go 7. But
I haven't watched much NBA. Timberwolves 6. Why
yeah,
is that? If Ant is supposed to be the next head of the league, is it just bad role players around him right now? Do they underperform this year? Injuries? Like, why are they the 6th
they
seed?
definitely underperformed compared to what they were supposed to be. But it's mostly just the West is so deep with like the
Yeah.
top end talent. Like you could say that Ant is the best American player right now, and he's still. Just say you got Wemby ahead of him, you got Luka ahead of him, you got Jokic ahead of him, you got Shea ahead of him. He's probably the 4th, or he's probably the 5th best player in his own conference.
And then yeah,
It's not he's
6th
not
seed.
good. Yeah,
You still got
I mean,
LeBron.
you still got LeBron, KD, and yeah, there's still some demons over there. So, but yeah, it
And they
should be
got
fun.
Rudy
I'm excited.
Gobert.
How you feel about Rudy Gobert? You don't like Rudy Gobert?
You know, I think it was dumb that they traded Cat away and kept Rudy. I think that was.
I beg to differ.
You do?
Yeah, because the whole thing is with Cat is that Cat needs the ball all the time offensively and takes touches away from Ant. And we think Ant's our best player, whether we need him to play make or we need him to score. Ant's our best player. We need Ant to have the ball. That and Cat is really bad at defense. He's god awful on defense. He's a liability out there. I don't think he could guard you or me.
Okay.
Rudy Gobert, no matter how you
He could
slice
guard,
it,
he could guard you.
nah, he couldn't guard me, bro. Rudy Gobert, no matter how you slice it, no matter how you feel about him offensively, because offensively you can play him off the court. Defensively, as a defensive anchor, he's probably the second best defensive player in the league.
As a casual fan of the NBA, I'll admit it.
Mm-hmm.
I do hear a lot about him when he gets pushed out to the 3-point line, being extremely inefficient. And in
90% of
I feel like in today's NBA, you have to be able to guard out all the way down to the basket.
yes, I mean it's if you are one of the 7-footers who can guard a guard, you're really, 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 really special.
Yeah,
The other 90% of the league, they're getting fried.
yeah.
You're getting fried if you get switched on to Luka. Luka's probably gonna make the shot. If you're a 7-footer,
I
but
want
I
to.
mean, I'm trying to think of other ones like Ryan Kalkbrenner or Musuf Diabate. Those are our two bigs for Charlotte. They can guard them. Donovan Clingan couldn't guard any guard. Like it's most of them. So,
I have a question.
mm-hmm.
Let's say you grew to be 6'11",
Mm-hmm.
and let's say you were like 6'11" since like high school. What
Yeah.
what type of NBA big would you want to be?
What I want to be,
Yeah, like how would you
I would
how would
want
you play?
to be. I'd want to be. I'm trying to think. It's kind of unfair to say him because he's not 6'11".
I'm just
You'd
saying
wanna
a
be
tall
Wemby.
center, like a center.
You would want to be Wemby. And anytime you got a 7-footer that could take a pull up 3 from half court, that's pretty cool. But being realistic, let me be Nas Reed. I love Nas Reed.
It's
One of
fair.
my favorite bigs.
Personally, me,
Big Jelly.
if I'd grow to 6'11", 7 foot, I would be Shaq.
Ooh, actually, can I change my answer?
Yeah, Ben
You
Wallace.
know my favorite. Yeah, I would say you know my favorite basketball player is of all time.
No, I
Hold
just
on,
think
He's my background on my phone.
I would just think it'd be just no one could guard you just because you're like too powerful. How can you guard that until you get to like year about 10 or 11? I actually scratched it.
You
Blake
said you
Griffin.
said you said nobody could guard him. Are you
Who could
kidding
guard
me?
Shaq?
Do I need to remind you of the '04 NBA Finals where Ben Wallace, Ben Wallace beat him in 6 games? No all star, no superstars on that team. Ben Wallace, Rip Hamilton, Chauncey Billups, Rasheed Wallace, and who's the big foreigner they had on that team? Oh, it's gonna kill me if I don't get it. It's gonna kill me if I don't get it. I'm gonna blurt it out in the middle of the episode where I remember.
Okay, but yeah, I would just be back down, dunk, run back on defense type of guy. Can't hit free throws.
Ben Wallace would do that to you.
I bet he wouldn't. Ben
Ben
Wallace.
Wallace, Mouse at the
Yeah.
Palace. Ben Wallace. Are you kidding me? Come on, bro. Did I
Me
ever tell
personally,
you
I'm not
about
going
my
for that.
Did I ever tell you about my Ben Wallace bobblehead?
Yeah, I remember it. Wait, yeah. Tell a story though.
So I Carson collects bobblehead. Our friend Carson collects like really cool bobbleheads, right? And he's the one that
Hmm.
showed me the Ben Wallace bobblehead back when Ben Wallace played on the Pistons during like the 03-04 time. He had crazy hair. His hair was just it was wild, right? So they have the Ben Wallace bobbleheads with like the troll doll hair, right? And I wanted one real bad, but like I didn't want to pay $60 for a bobblehead. That seems kind of ridiculous, right? My girlfriend at the time bought me for my birthday an iPad and the Ben Wallace bobblehead. And I was so happy. I was more happy about the bobblehead than I was about the iPad. I leave it at home. I come back for Christmas break recently. That shit's broken. That shit's in 90 pieces. I don't know who. My mom broke it and she was trying to hide it from me. I was so sad. I
Mom has
still
to
haven't
buy
got
you
a
a
new
new
one.
one.
I need to get a new one. Yeah, I need to get a new one.
When's your birthday,
Ooh.
man?
May 6th and what was it? A couple weeks?
Bet.
You gonna see? Nah, don't do it, bro. Don't send me a new
Bet.
one because I think somebody else gonna get me one. I think somebody else
Okay.
gonna get me one.
Okay. It's only $11
I believe
right
in
now,
it.
man.
The one with the troll doll here. If I find
Is
you the
it,
one I had, this one had the.
is it this one?
No, it was not that one, but that
Oh,
is one of them. The one I had the trophy, had the NBA Finals trophy with it.
this one's tough.
Ooh, that is hard. Yeah, I gotta give me a new Ben Wallace bobblehead. Ben Wallace, that's my guy right there. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Anything else big in your life happen?
Let's see. Got a new house up in
You got a new
Ohio.
house?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Did you buy it or are you renting?
I'm renting right now. Renting.
Okay, that's fair.
Then, honestly, these last 2 weeks have been a blur to me. I have kind of not been keeping up with anything socially or uh, besides my baby, so I don't have too much to talk about. I have seen the Sabrina Carpenter hate, the Justin Bieber hate, both those
What they
real.
do?
Sabrina Carpenter, she got mad at. So she was playing this song. It was like a slow beat, I like song where like it's like a more sensual song. I think it was. I don't know too much about Sabrina
Mm-hmm.
Carpenter's music catalog, and like in the middle of it, this person started yodeling or something, like making this noise, and she like jumped and was like, "Who's doing that? Please stop! It's weird." And it happened to be some
Oh, she was
culture.
performing.
Yeah, she was performing,
Okay.
and it happened to be some sort of cultural thing because she was in another country, and
Mm-hmm.
everyone got super super pissed at Sabrina Carpenter of the way she reacted. They're calling her a racist and everything now.
How the hell was she posted that?
I don't know. Also,
If you yelled, you could have. They could have did that. Never mind. I don't know. I'm not.
they had it seemed like I get it culture. It's a culture thing, but like
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like you have to be self aware and like have some knowledge of when to do something like that.
Yeah, they paid money to go to her show, and then when she was in the middle of the singing, then they started doing the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know too much
I don't
about the
know.
culture, but luckily we're not famous enough
Do you
to
know
get
what country it
canceled
was?
yet. I do not know
Don't say it.
exactly off the...
They gonna come back and come get us.
Go ahead. I don't care. Uh, Also, Justin Bieber Coachella performance.
Oh,
People,
this is the one we talked about on Discord, right?
yes, about
Go
how.
ahead. Yeah, I would say go ahead and give them the context.
So, I've only really seen clips because I don't care too much about Coachella personally. Um,
Hmm.
but I guess he was the highest paid performer ever, like ever. I think he was like 8 million or 10 million just to perform like two shows, which
Hmm.
good for him. But his
Hmm.
set, everyone was expecting some like outrageous dance numbers and stuff because like that's how old Justin Bieber used to be. I don't know if you were ever tapped in with Justin Bieber.
Can't say I was.
Yeah, I wasn't too tapped in either,
Yeah.
but uh, with my initials, people did make jokes about make like pretend like I'm Justin Bieber because JB. I'd be like, oh, you whatever, doesn't matter. But so when that didn't happen, and all he did was have his MacBook up on connect to a projector, and he like streamed some of his old music and was just singing along with the video. People on
Hmm.
the internet got really really pissed off, saying that's all you're gonna do as the highest paid performer ever. If this person, if he was a female, he would be getting dragged, saying he put zero effort in. But since he's Justin Bieber, everyone's praising his performance and stuff. So that was that big controversy. I
Me
don't know how you
personally,
feel about that.
I think that's just I from what I saw after you had told me about it,
I feel like
I
it's
thought it
only
was
a
pretty
clip.
cool. Yeah, there's only a few clips. Like I
Yeah,
see, because I think when me and you were talking about it in Discord, we were like, he was like asking the fans, what do they want to hear? What do they want to hear?
yeah,
I thought it was cool.
I did
I mean,
too.
I'm not like blown away. It's not the best performance ever, but you paid to see Justin Bieber perform. I don't think you necessarily paid for a song and dance routine like that for real. I mean, maybe, I don't
Also,
know. I
I
don't
don't
know
think
how
he's
you view it.
performed like that in a while either.
Hmm.
Uh, but he
And then
brought up
like,
some good guests too.
and then for all the people who are like, how dare you do that being the highest paid? It's not your money.
Yeah,
It's not your money. I guarantee you it's not your money. It's not
that's
you are fine. Your pockets are fine. You did not pay $8 million. So why are you mad?
and
Coachella could be
half the
mad.
people I've seen didn't even go to it, so they didn't even have the money to go to Coachella, which it is expensive. But like,
Yeah. If someone who was at the show was upset, that makes more sense to me.
and he had
That
YouTube
makes more sense to me.
Premium too, so there's no ads in
Oh,
between.
no ads?
No ads.
I know. He paid top dollar, hey, dude. Come on now.
Could you imagine though
I
if there was ads? That would be a little.
I still wouldn't do YouTube Premium.
You wouldn't.
If I was him, I still would do YouTube Premium. They'd have to sit there through like a BetterHelp ad
But
before they got to hear "Baby."
a lot of people were saying like he did this performance to like reclaim his past because like about the whole Diddy situation about
Hmm.
how
Yeah,
so like people were saying like he was like reclaiming like his childhood and like he was able to actually like look at the videos and it was like a form of self-healing as well. But I also think that's also a case of people thinking they know someone too well and try and get too into
yeah.
people's minds that aren't really there.
So I'll push back a little bit on that. I think
Hmm.
when sometimes when I listen to music, I do like to make up deeper not make up deeper meanings, but like even if it's not necessarily there, I'll go digging for it just because I think it's more fun to interact with the music that way. Now, if they're like acting like they actually know Bieber, that's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've definitely done that. I've done that recently with the album. So,
Also, speaking on music here, I know we've kind of touched on it in the past, But I've been really thinking. I've been driving a lot by myself, and when I drive a lot by myself, I like just think of things in my head, and I
Hmm.
just like get fixated on it. Um, hip hop.
Hmm.
I was thinking, is it one of the most like? Because you were talking about a couple weeks ago how like people who are like outside of the hip hop culture when they try and do it, they always say, "Oh, I'm not a rapper. I'm not this. I'm just an artist."
Hmm.
In my mind, I agree with your statement though. But in America, I think hip hop may be one of the few only true American art forms.
100%.
Like it's literally one of the
Um,
only like pure American, like
I
one
guess
of the few. I
jazz
jazz. Uh,
and country.
you think country too? I was thinking country too.
Yeah, jazz and
Blues
country.
maybe.
Yeah, jazz, country, blues. Actually, I think we got all of music.
You think you have all the music?
I think most music is ours, except for like classical bullshit. But like we was making who's the first pop artist? This is a Googleable
I
question.
feel like it's probably the Beatles.
That
It's
was
weird
rock
because
though.
pop. I know, but like the term pop star have became so.
Ever pop. Okay, who's the first ever pop star? He's thinking.
I
Well,
guess
that did
music's one of
not
those
give me the
hard.
answer I was looking for. That is not the answer I was looking for.
See, with country, the reason
Franz
why I
Litz? I
yeah,
don't
it's
even
probably
know where
some.
he from. From the 1840s? Holy fuck. He's European.
See, the only reason why country music it came from the Appalachian Mountain, but it grew from blending
Hmm.
like the folk traditions brought by British and Scottish people and European
Mm.
immigrants
Okay.
with a
Okay.
mixture
So
of
no country.
yeah. But
No
then they also
country.
had the African American roots in with country too,
We
because you
definitely got
know
hip hop. We definitely got we we definitely got jazz and blues. Yeah, I guess yeah.
like
I would
rock
also
and
say
roll and
that
stuff. I think America has taken over music of all sorts,
yeah.
but I feel like truly started in America, hip hop has to be like, and jazz and the blues have to be one of the few.
It always sounds weird when it comes from somebody else. Asian rap sounds weird to
I guess that's what
me.
I was trying to say. Like, I could
Yeah.
see like someone from Australia performing country music. I could see people from
Hmm.
Europe performing pop music, but like no British rapper besides maybe 21 Savage, if you count him as British. Like, it's like truly just an American and more just African American art form, and I feel like
Yeah,
it's one of like the purest in America.
I agree with that, man. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that statement. That statement was powerful. It touched me right here.
what can I say, man?
You got away with words. You got away with
I don't know
words.
about that. It's hard though because art's so based on other art beforehand, like before it too. So like you probably could trace hip hop back to like Brazilian folk music at some point.
Yeah, I guess. I think like at least especially certain parts of rap music, like sampling, were people
Hmm.
sampling music before rap did?
I don't.
I don't think so.
It's hard. Yeah,
I don't think that was even a thing that people did until rappers started using.
that's why. That's why. That's why if someone says they don't like rap music or they don't think rap's like a real form of music, it really gives rubs me off the wrong way.
They're racist. They're probably racist.
Yeah.
They're probably racist. Did you see what Earl Sweatshirt said in an interview recently?
No.
He said if you don't like mumble rap, you're probably racist.
Also, mumble rap. People that my parents are one of these people who say they can't understand rap, and I can never understand that in my own because like I've never heard a rap song where I'm like I can't
Mm-hmm.
really comprehend what's being said. But you know what genre I can't or I struggle
Mm.
very hard with understanding some lyrics is like Sabrina Carpenter type of pop music where it's like high pitch. It might be something more with my ears, But like sometimes I'm listening to pop music, I'm like, I have no idea what these people are saying at all.
I find most of pop music be so mind-numbingly boring
Yeah.
that I end up not listening, but not necessarily I don't understand them. But I actually have a theory on what you're talking about. I think the way that we grew up and we've always had access to the internet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So think about it. Have you ever been to Baltimore?
No.
You've never been to Baltimore, but you know what a Baltimore accent sounds like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have access to so many more different types of people just through our phones and stuff that we're able to, like, you've heard the Atlanta accent before you met me or anybody else who was from Atlanta on at NDC with us. So
Yeah.
it's like it kind of makes it a little bit easier to understand what they're saying. So like certain words that we hear now, we wouldn't even think about it. But like 20, 30 years ago, your parents probably heard that word, would never have heard that word in that context.
Like imagine someone coming up to your dad saying, "What's up, dummy?"
Yeah. Yeah. In
Or my
19,
dad.
in 19,
Yeah.
1993, somebody walked up to your dad and was like, "Sup, dummy?" You'd be like, he'd probably punch him. he'd probably punch him. For us, we heard that before. I'm like, okay, he must be from Baltimore.
Yeah.
And I think that it kind of translates into music. Like you could hear it a lot. I don't know. That's just a thought on it, not a fully fleshed out idea.
Yeah. I think me and you both are sometimes just come to conclusions without Googling right away, and then it just seems so right that sometimes you don't even want to Google it to see if you're wrong.
Yeah, I feel like some of this stuff is common sense though.
I do too.
I think a lot of people's problems are caused by the fact that they stop on the first idea. Like like their initial reaction to the thing and they stop thinking after that. I think if you get your first reaction and then you think about it from a different angle, now you got your second reaction. You think about it from another angle, now you got three reactions. Now you can put all that together and make one cohesive thought.
Not to call anyone out, like our friend, first podcast member, Mike. Shout out, Mike, if you're listening to this. When I said you to birthday, and he can't figure that out. I feel like that's a pretty common thing to be able to figure out. Birthday, probably a good thing. You to birthday, probably did something good. Sorry, Mike.
He could have just he could have just went to TikTok and type in "you the birthday" and figured it out. But
It's true.
I was on FaceTime with a friend and she said the "you the birthday" thing.
Mm-hmm.
She said "you the birthday" thing, and I had already seen the meme, but I never heard someone else actually say it. That was at like 9 o'clock on like a Monday night. That Tuesday, I go to practice at 8 o'clock in the morning. Not even a full 24 hours has gone by. Every single kid on the field is saying it. Every single kid on the field is like, "You the birthday, you the birthday, you the birthday," and I'm like, oh my gosh,
Black
it got
culture for
annoying.
you right there.
It was even the white kids. It's even the white kids, man. Everybody the birthday now, man. Everybody
Everyone's
the
a
birthday.
birthday.
Have you heard the actual song it's from?
I've heard snippets of the song. I can't tell you who sang
It's
it
terrible.
or
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's Honchos. He's from Atlanta. It's terrible. It's so bad.
there is some.
Oh, it's so bad.
Hey, remember when I was just thinking this back to when I was coaching high school football. Sexy Red like just dropped her like first big song. Is like, what was it, like Get It Sexy or something like that?
Yeah.
And I walked out first day of practice. They were bumping that. I was just like,
Wait, they play practice at your high school practices?
Yeah,
I mean, play
we-
music at the high school practice?
yeah.
Wow.
We had like a couple big speakers and they played it.
Never got. I didn't get music at practice till college.
It brought the
It threw
energy
me
up.
all the way off. I mean, I guess, or we weren't good enough for it. I don't know. We were terrible. So, no.
You think you would have beat us?
Get it?
You think you're just bad because you're in Atlanta, or if you were up at Ohio, you think you would have been better?
I'm trying to think. What's the equivalent to the highest one here is Division 1, right?
Yeah.
So we would have been D3. trying
Okay.
to think of D.
There's some plenty of good D3 schools, like Central Catholic's D3.
Now
We're
they
D.
are, yeah.
Yeah, we're
When I
D2.
when I first got here, they were D1
No, they
or
weren't.
D2. They were D2.
They were D2 for like a year, and then they dropped back down to D3.
Okay. Uh, no, we were also a new school though. Like our school opened in 2014.
Yeah, I'll tell you though,
So,
divisions in
mhm.
Ohio aren't the same, I think, as like the different divisions. And like I would say
Bro,
majority of the best schools in Ohio are Division 2 schools.
so yeah, I think the same. I think the same. I think all the good football's in D2. Some of the D1 schools are good, and then there's some of the D3 schools are good. Anything below D4, no, that's not even real. But in Ohio, I mean in Georgia, we got like kids who are at like 2A schools and 3A schools who are like 5 stars going to Florida or whatever. Like Emory Jones, he was the backup quarterback for Florida. He was a 5 star. He was like a top 10 quarterback in the country. He went to a 2A school. So, I mean, ours is just a little different, but like the talent is everywhere.
I
Like,
mean, we have a
you
Division 5 guy from Liberty Center. He's going to Ohio
Mhm.
State,
you don't know Ohio State?
but I
Oh,
bet
yeah,
it's a
hey.
lot more common.
Yeah. Like, so think about how good Trevor Lawrence was, where like even you heard about Trevor Lawrence and you weren't even from
Yeah.
Georgia, right? He played at the equivalent of a Division 4 school. I think I'm doing that math right. He played at a 4A school for us. So yeah, he played at a D4 school or D5 school.
I will say, I noticed that they do schools a lot different down, at
What do
least
you
in
mean?
Texas. Like how they do school districts, it's a lot different than how they do school districts like up in Ohio.
What do you mean? Like the districts? How?
So like where I'm at right now, it's New Braunfels. It's like a town of like 200,000 almost, and there's like
Mm-hmm.
one or two high schools just named after the town. In Ohio, it'd be like Toledo. There's no like to like there is, I guess, Toledo Public Schools, but that's like a network of 8 different schools. And then on the outside of Toledo, there's another like I don't even know how like there's probably like 100 schools plus within the Toledo area,
Yeah.
and
That is hella school. But
it's
Toledo's
just a little
also a
different.
little bit bigger than
I guess
New
so.
Braunfels. But so you said it's about 200,000.
Yeah, just in this little tiny town.
So your little town is much closer to like the population of like Fayetteville, North
Okay.
Carolina,
Yeah.
and there's 11 high schools in Fayetteville, if I'm counting correctly. So I mean, it's probably about the same.
Yeah.
And I would say there's
I mean,
too many
Toledo's
high schools in Fayetteville.
256, like 265,000. That's its population.
265. Oh well, never mind. It's probably a little bit more comparable.
Yeah.
Fayetteville's bigger. I think Fayetteville has like 311,000. But there's like 11 high schools in that area. They're all, I think, they do in North Carolina. They do single A, double A.
Mhm.
So there's 8 divisions. I think most of them are either 3 single A, which is the highest, and 3A, or 4A. Or 4, yeah, to 4A. Like, I think 71st is the best school in that area right now, and they're 4 double A.
Okay.
But they're really good. They're really good. That's where my dad went to high school. Shout out the 71st Falcons, man. My dad used to tell me when he was little. He said, when I die, take my ashes and go spread them in the end zone at 71st.
What position did your dad play?
He played in high school. I think he played O-line and D-line.
Okay.
In college, he played tight end.
Real
Yeah.
athlete.
I guess. Definitely less athletic than all 3 of his kids.
You said
You're not
less
gonna like that
athletic?
one. Yeah.
I'd say what I've seen the product of, he's definitely
Mhm.
more athletic than at least one I know.
Damn, JC.
I
That's crazy.
think it's KP. I think it's KP.
That's crazy. I can't believe you did JC like that. It
Not
was your
talking
idea
about
to have
JC.
him on. I thought
Not
he
talking
was
about
about
JC. Not talking about JC.
Yo, That's crazy, bro. I just got off the phone with him earlier today, man.
Goes Ryan,
Damn,
JC, Lump, Miss Perry,
crazy,
Kyle.
crazy. All right, now go. Now I want you to go ask every member of my family, every member of my family that you just asked, that you just named. Go ask them how many of them played two sports in college.
Oh my
That's all I'm gonna
God.
say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Our
That's
startup
all I'm saying.
track team at Notre Dame does not count.
I was out there.
You
I was
were, I
competing.
guess.
I was competing. Hey, I still got the jersey. I still got the uniform.
I guess. Speaking about Notre Dame and how we got canceled, I kind of want to bring up cancel culture a little bit. You see that? You see that?
Go ahead, Buck.
I don't know if I'm just on Twitter too much or if
Mhm.
there's just a bunch of special people out there in this world. I think cancel culture has gone way too far. First off, we both know cancel culture doesn't actually work. No, let me hear this.
Wait, what? You
This-
ever seen? I'm getting off topic. All right, I'm gonna show you.
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
you
pull it
go.
up.
You can go.
There's a meme. Please let me find. Please let me find it. There's a meme of this kid, this black kid. I think he's special needs. I don't even want to wish that on. He got like two teeth. And he's like, wait, I gotta find it. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. So, I feel like originally when it first came out, like I feel like it was like 2016. I feel like that's when most things happen significant in our lifetime. It was definitely a good thing. Like, you know, making sure people that like abused women, abused children, killed people maybe, got like their crimes actually got brought up more. But I think we've gone down such a deep path that now it's if I don't agree with you, I'm gonna cancel you or try and get you canceled.
Yeah, most
I don't,
definitely. Yeah, they've weaponized the cancellation, so now it's used more as an intimidation tactic opposed to what the original point of it was.
and like the original point is to not to for people who were like abusers and like bad people to get canceled and not have their platform anymore, which that's a genius idea because if you abused women or abused children, you probably shouldn't have a platform. Um, but now it's just like, oh, you're a Republican, let's cancel this person, or like the the Gene ad with Sydney Sweeney. First off, I don't care for Sydney Sweeney at all, but the
Mm-hmm.
amount of people that were upset about that Gene
They tried to
commercial,
cancel her for that.
yes, they try to cancel. I think it was American Eagle and her because of what she said, where like she says she has good genes.
It's kind of funny.
It,
It's kind of funny.
but I feel like,
It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny.
but I feel like people just look too deep into things now at some point, and then they try to
So,
get people canceled.
so I have a right now. I have this class. It's an ethics class
Mm-hmm.
basically, right? Forget the actual name of it, but for each topic in the book, there's a bunch of case studies, right? And they'll talk about certain things that happened, and then talk about like why did people go crazy over it, right? And because the book's newer, it's all cases from like mad recent. I think like we had a case in there that was talking about Todd Golden's situation at Florida, and Todd Golden's situation was like, what was it, 2 years ago when he first got the job, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things I've noticed is in that class is just people like being upset.
Yeah,
I think a big part of being upset about things is a choice, right? Choosing to interact with the thing, especially when you start thinking about is this actually an issue? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So like one of the problems that they brought up in the book that I thought was hilarious that it was even a problem was was a Peloton ad, and it's like the ad showed this big lady. She is a big lady. She's a bigger lady, and she wanted a Peloton bike for Christmas. She gets the Peloton bike. and then she rides the Peloton bike, and she's super duper happy that she got her Peloton bike. Now, what do you think is the problem with that?
I actually I know I just watched a whole Jubilee video about this. It's because
Yeah.
they're basically saying being fat's bad. So the people are probably saying she got the bike because she doesn't love herself because she is a heavier set woman, and her trying to lose the weight is a direct harm to her body, and she doesn't really love herself, and she just wants to be skinny. It's been then
What?
turning back around to say fat people are a problem and everyone hates fat people.
What if she just wanted a bike? What if she just wanted the fucking bike?
Dude, you know what's something
This
crazy?
goes back to what we just said. Like, if you think just a little bit longer, don't just stop on the first reaction. Think just a little bit more. Maybe she wanted the bike.
See, I feel like that might be the first initial thought. And then the problem is people start digging too deep into their own insecurities, and then they trying to spin those insecurities back onto other people.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Big
maybe
lady.
maybe she just wanted to lose a little bit of weight, have a bike, and have fun and exercise.
Yeah, bro. Like, she was looking like she was having a blast on that Peloton bike. Maybe she just wanted the bike. Now,
I was watching this-
I want a bike. No,
No.
She might want that bike. She might want that fucking bike.
I was watching this Jubilee video.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever watched those. I
Hold on,
sometimes
Kim. Now, if we ever get big enough, I would like to use our powers to cancel Jubilee.
okay.
I know you just said us canceling people just because we don't like them is bad.
I
I
will
think
pop
we
the
have to
balloon.
make an exception. Pop the balloon. Pop the balloon is a CIA operation that we just can't take.
Just like Sexy Red, just like that one streamer
20
with Kai.
20 v1. You talking about Rakai?
Kai.
Bro, 20 v1s, Rakai, Sexy Red, Pop the Balloon challenges. Those are all CIA psyops, and there's kind of nothing we could do. We're hurt. Hey, they got us. You know what I'm saying?
Jubilee might
they
be
got
one
us.
too.
Jubilee is one for white people, though. They be cooking them.
Dude,
They be getting
see,
folks on there to do all types of stuff.
the thing with I was watching what I was going to say with Jubilee. I was watching this video. It was like, you know who Julia Michaels is? I guess I don't know.
No.
She was on like The Biggest Loser host,
Mm-hmm.
and like this person has like no degree or anything. I think in health, but like they brought her on to debate 20. Oh, it was like 20 body positive people, and the first thing she says is like being obese is bad for your health. And like people were supposed to come up and argue. And the first person that came up said, I'm not going to use the term obese because it's offensive. I'm like, okay, maybe it is a little offensive. But the term they used instead is like fat body. Fat body seems way more offensive to me than obese. Does that not seem more offensive?
A fat-bodied individual is crazy. That one sounds like an insult way more. than
Way
just
more,
calling
like-
somebody obese.
As someone who used to be fat,
Mm-hmm.
I hated being called fat. Obese, I'm like, okay, whatever. But if someone came up to me and
Obese-
said, you're a fat bodied person when I was fat, I probably would have flipped out.
Let's be honest. The only people who were
and ate a
really
whole pack
calling
of
you
Skittles.
fat, though, the only people who were really calling you fat were your friends, though. Or like the people you hung around. I don't think no random individual is
Yeah.
ever is walking up to you, be like, "What's up, Miss Piggy?" You know what I'm saying? It's not happening.
No, but I just
Fat
thought that
bodied
was.
individual is crazy. That's
But-
wild.
I think all those
Speak-
debate videos are really dumb.
I used to think the Ben Shapiro, is it Ben Shapiro? No, Charlie Kirk. Sorry. Ben Shapiro. I could have sworn Ben
They're
Shapiro
the
also
same
did it
platform.
too. But
They do the same thing. Like the college
yeah, when they go to
ones.
like college kid. Yeah,
Oh, you're
yeah.
Ben Chowder. Is that his name?
No, I thought it was Ben Shapiro, the dude, the little Jewish dude. Did you know he always wears a yarmulke? I found that out recently.
There's a couple different people that went around to like the one where it's like prove me wrong. I think Ben Shapiro joined in a couple one, but I don't remember who was the actual host.
No, I think the initial idea of it is fine, right? But I think in actuality, in practice, it is more harm. It does more harm than good. That's just me.
I agree, and I mainly agree because I don't think any of those debate sessions, neither
Hmm.
person's trying to actually open up their mind and get proved or have a
Everybody just
different,
wants to be
slightly
heard.
different
Yeah,
opinion. They just want to be
everybody just
right.
wants to be
Like,
heard. They just want to be heard. And like for the people who are recording, so like the Ben Shapiro's or the Charlie Kirks, they come with all of this. They have dedicated their lives to studying these type of topics, right, and these type of
mhm.
issues, and have already taken a side on these issues, right. Now imagine you, Jacob Buckmaster, who had just left his Chem 2 exam, is about to hit the calf because me and Carson hit you in the group chat and say, hey, let's go get some food, and you're walking to class, and there's a dude there's a dude holding up a sign. There's a dude holding up a sign that said, "Even if you're raped, abortion is still bad. Change my mind." You're gonna be pissed. You're not. You're not gonna run back to the room and Google a bunch of shit so you can debate this dude. You're just gonna walk over there and be like, "Who the fuck are you? What are you doing?
Yeah, like why you at Notre Dame College right now, man?
Why are you at Notre Dame?"
I'm just trying to go to the calf, maybe get my sherbet ice cream after my food.
Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Not to even mention the topic. That's just a crazy thing to even put out there.
Maybe put crazy shit on them signs, but like the idea
They
of
have
it
all their
was is that
points.
they already have all the points, and they want you to be so upset that you get the reaction for the camera. And it's like,
Hmm.
yeah, the idea of we should all be able to have the conversations about these type of topics, so that no one gets canceled, right? You have a space where you're able to voice your opinion, hear a different opinion, and they come up with a new opinion. But instead, it's just Republicans dunking on misinformed or underinformed
I wouldn't even
college
just say.
kids.
I wouldn't even just say it is heavily Republican, but with those debates, I feel like both sides
I
are
was just talking
just
about those two,
so. Oh
those
yeah,
channels. Yeah, those
yeah.
channels.
I feel like the
Yeah, I was
world's
there.
America's such a bad place with all politics, man.
Shit wouldn't be a problem if we let Kanye become president, but
Man, if he
shit
keeps
would have been
putting on
rocking.
shows like he just did, I might
Shit
tune
was
in.
rocking. That shit was rocking. Me and my dad, we both listened to this dude named Obani Jones, his podcast, and he's an older dude, like around my dad's age. He was like, "Now who's going to go to a Kanye concert after all the stuff he said?" I was like, I would be front
You,
row.
hey, I'd be front row. My voice would be gone by the end of the night.
I would be front row. I was like, bro, there's a reason he sold out a football stadium. He sold out a football stadium twice in the same city. Yeah,
He
no,
made
that dude.
he made Jesus walks. He ain't never gonna go to hell, man.
He be testing to see if that shit true. I swear he be. I swear he be pushing it. I swear he be pushing it. He just wants to see how far he could go. Oh man. Oh, speaking of cancel culture,
Yeah.
let's talk about. Okay, I'm not gonna just say the topic outright. I'm gonna kind of ease you into it first on how it came across me, right?
Rose edge of me.
So
Sorry, go ahead.
all right, all right. So look, I'm scrolling on Twitter, right? I mean, not on Twitter. Well, I was scrolling on Twitter, right?
That's
And then
dangerous.
I know, and then I see a bunch of people talking about Audie Crooks, right?
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't know, Audie Crooks is a women's college basketball player. She was at Iowa State. She just entered the transfer portal. Hope she does well in all her endeavors. Whatever, right?
Dog too. Kind of dog on
She's
offense.
kind of a dog on offense, right? So a lot of people were talking about her in the transfer portal, mostly sports media people who are like, "Hey, yeah, she could be a big offensive upside for whoever picks her up, but the problem is her defense, right? Is she going to be capable of developing into a defensive player. And in her fourth year or third or fourth year, probably not, right?
Yeah.
Probably not, right? Kind of a harmless thing to say about a college basketball player. This is completely expected in the basketball space, right? Mm-hmm. Then I open TikTok and I'm scrolling through TikTok, and I was just like, you know what? Let me see what TikTok's thinking about Audi Crooks today. So I type in Audi Crooks' name and I just start scrolling through some of the different TikToks talking about it, right? And I come across this one lady's TikTok, right? And she's basically she makes a lot of women's college. She's a former women's college basketball player, and she makes a lot of women's college basketball content naturally, right? She starts talking about Audi Crooks, right? And she's not necessarily talking about Audi Crooks, but she's more talking about the people who talk about Audi Crooks, right? And she's like, so as a former women's college basketball player, I don't understand why it's a problem when we talk about her weight and why her weight is a problem. Now, for those of you who don't know, hold on, I got a picture of her. This is not to dog her or anything like that. Just to show you what they're talking about. She is a bigger lady, right? What that dude on Jubilee said we supposed to call him?
Fat bodies.
I ain't saying that, but y'all, but y'all can call it that if y'all want, right? She is a bigger lady. Now, if y'all notice what Bucky said earlier, Bucky said, and I quote, "She is really good at offense.
Really good. 25.8
really?
Points a game, 7.7 rebounds. She's a dog, shooting 65%.
65% shoot. She's really good at offense. Because she's a bigger lady, she's able to use her body and get to her spots and, get buckets, right? Now, also on the flip side of that, you notice how Bucky didn't say anything about defense. now because she is a bigger individual, it is much harder for her to stay in front of people on defense. And oftentimes, if you ever watch one of her games, you will see the opposite team hunt her, right? They pull her into every pick and roll action, every ball screen, every off ball screen. They target her on defense, right?
And that's why they haven't been better in
That's why
March Madness.
They've been a habitual underperformer. I think this year they lose in the first round or the second round.
I can't exactly remember. Second round.
They got upset in the second round because of her. Her matchup outscored her. Her matchup scored 35 points, right? In a gotta have it single elimination game. Now, she's saying like, hey, the Iowa State staff is to blame for this, right? She's been there for 3-4 years now. I can't remember what year she graduated high school, but she's been there for some time now. And her weight has still been a problem since the day she got there to now. In fact, the lady pointed out in her video that she got bigger. I think she kind of stepped over the line just a tad bit. You know what I'm saying? But whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So then this led me to think, well, how much does she weigh? So then I go to Google, I type in Audi Crooks, weight, right? I don't see it, right? I didn't see it on the front page or whatever, right? So then I scrolled to the Iowa State basketball roster, tried to scroll through and see how much she weighed. And then I noticed that the women's game doesn't list the weight at all. And some years they don't even list the height, which I already thought was kind of odd, right? Mm-hmm. So then I'm like, all right, let me go back to the comments to see if it's in there. And instead, in the comments, all I saw were there were some people who were like her who were saying like, hey, as a serious college athlete, you should take care of your body, right? Your body and your weight should be something that you monitor and take care of, and want to monitor and take care of, because it will only help you become a better women's college basketball player. Now, the flip side of that were people who were like, well, why are you talking about her weight? Why does her weight matter? Right? And I started thinking, why is this even a debate? Why is this even a debate? Because I just thought to myself, let me Google how much I went to Rivals and went to, these are high school kids. These are the class of 2028. These are current sophomores, right? Yeah, current sophomores in high school. You can find their height and weight.
Mm-hmm.
These are boys football players. You can just find their height and weight, and it's not a problem. And I'm like, why does that get listed? Because that matters. And then I started thinking to myself,
It matters.
every time we talk about women's sports or women in sports, everything has to be the super elaborate think piece about what is right and what is wrong. Like last summer, or the last 2 summers, it's been the whole Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese thing of, does Angel Reese hate white women? Does Caitlin Clark hate black women?
Yeah.
When you operate in the space of sports, I think we've already established there's certain things that we are okay with and not okay with, and we could kind of see things as athletes as, oh, they don't actually hate each other, they just don't like playing against each other because they're both pretty good at basketball.
Yeah.
Or as soon as I decided that I wanted to play a collegiate sport, any way that someone talks about my body, I have given that up.
Mm-hmm.
I've chose to give that up, right? Because that matters. But it's like, it's always the people who don't watch sports, right? Who see women in sports and then start talking about sports as if it's anything else in life. And it's not. This is different. We've given up some things in order to be here. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Bucky.
No, you
I
get
just had to finish.
No, I definitely agree with you. I think there's a few things that can cause that. Definitely on the women's sports side more than the guys' sports side. One, professional and even college sports for women are particularly new. You're
talking about in the space of the media and like how we cover them and like I definitely
just the
agree.
organizations are relatively new compared to like some of the other ones. So there's less fans of people, and like the whole point of women's sports is to let women play sports because there's plenty of amazing athletes that are women, but also let's bring attention to these women playing sports so the younger generation of girls know that they can do other things than the typical norms. Because up until, when was it, like 60s, women couldn't even own a credit card, couldn't have their own bank account. So like, and then they were pushed into these jobs. They weren't told to be doctors and all that. So a lot of these things got carried over to our parents' generations, and some things even got turned into our generation. But I think for everyone to start taking women's sports serious like they want, and I think me and you both agree as people, like there's some women that are really good athletes and they're really good at sports. I think they have to eliminate, like you said, the think pieces, and let's just get down to the game like they do.
Let's talk about let's talk about the sports. Let's talk about the sports.
It's not about.
This isn't the place for that. This is not the place for that.
Like, and we both know in a locker room, like when we go out to play, it doesn't matter. Like I think Isaac Rochelle said it, but said it before. Like I know there's people on my team that vote opposite of me during elections. It doesn't matter when we're playing football. It doesn't matter because we all have the same particular goal of winning the football game. And you have to start accepting being talked about like the guys get talked about in sports for more people to start taking women's sports serious. And I say women's basketball particularly because that seems to be so... That's their big one. Big out there. But like a few people who have been talked about weight-wise since they've been in the NBA, Zion, Jokic, Harden. Year after
and we
year,
have no problem talking about them. Bro, Stephen A. Smith got on TV and called him a fat little piggy.
Yeah.
We didn't say nothing because he was kind of right.
And I do know it is different. The thing with women's bodies in particular, they have been talked about so much within life outside of sports. It's hard to have that disconnect of not carrying it or making it personal solely based off of how their bodies are talked about outside of sports. They're talked about.
Definitely agree.
I mean, in the 2000s, people were told to starve themselves and be bone skinny to be a model and stuff. So it's definitely something we have to push past. And like, hey, we're not talking about this to offend you. We're not talking about this saying you can't be good at this game of basketball. But we're talking about Audie Crooks, who I'm guessing's goal is to play professional basketball.
Yeah.
she will make significantly less money and potentially be out of the league sooner if she doesn't start conditioning her a little bit better so she is more mobile to be able to
Hmm.
switch on an off-ball screen and stuff like that. Switch
Yeah.
onto a point guard so you don't just get blown right by. It's a serious talking point that because it's sports, it's like, why can't we talk about this? But there is systematically a lot of things that have happened in women's lives.
Yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying. Like, I definitely agree with everything you just said. But like you said again, in order for us to get past that point, then
We need to just talk
let's talk
about,
about it.
yeah,
Let's
like,
talk about it.
guess what? We're not
Like we
we're not bashing you as a human. We're bashing you as a
Yeah,
basketball player. You have to
as a
separate the
basketball
two.
player. Kwame Brown, terrible basketball player. He might be a great guy.
Yeah.
like but I do think in certain cases when we talk about men or women, like when we start talking about them as people off the court, we kind of lose sight of where that line's drawn, especially with men and when it comes to bust, especially like basketball bust, because those ones seem to get talked about the most. But like people have been getting on that Scoot Henderson kid since the day he got into the league, and I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, I kind of feel bad for him. Number 2 pick, and now he might be out the league. Or like Killian Hayes, there's full on Twitter accounts that do nothing but track how bad Killian Hayes is doing.
Yeah.
But back
It's
to the whole
hard
body
because
thing.
you're a basketball player. You're meant to be good at basketball, but at the same time, it's like you don't want to
Yeah.
push it to a point where like a lot of these people, this is their whole life, and if you get told every day you suck, it's gonna affect you mentally.
It's gonna affect you. Like think about how many people we knew, and let's be honest, me and you, we both knew ones before we even got to DC. We weren't going to the league, right?
No.
But there's still some people who have those dreams, even at that level, and attach their whole self identity to whether or not they're good at that sport, right? And
That's a problem of its own.
which is a problem of its own. You can't do that. That is something that you can't do as a player. But it happens, and the way
Yeah.
that we talk about them afterwards definitely is a problem. But talking about her weight and how she can't play defense because of it, I think that should be
That should be
able to
talked
talked
about.
about.
Now, if you were calling her,
talked about.
now if they were like
Fat.
saying like like that she fat, ugly, fat and ugly, like that's one thing. But
Yeah,
we're just saying
that's completely
lose
different.
weight to improve your game of basketball, improve your team overall, improve
that's
your. You
my
go.
whole thing is I'm not even necessarily telling her to lose the weight. I'm telling her to get better at defense.
Yes.
And if that's how she has to do it, if she doesn't have to lose the weight to do it, then by all means do that. But she's 6'3", and it's not like she's the only 6'3" girl in the country. Go look at them girls at South Carolina.
Yeah. The
Go
best
look at
player,
them girls
the
at
best
UConn.
player in the WNBA is 6'3", I think.
Asia Wilson.
Yeah, I
Asia
think she's
Wilson.
6'3".
Like, those are the type of people that you're gonna have to guard and defend on tonight. I don't care how you do it, just get bigger. But on the flip side of this, everybody's been talking about Audie Crooks and her weight. Me and my little brother have talked at least I want to say about once a week about Ruben Bain. For those who don't know, Ruben Bain he's a pass rusher from coming out of the University of Miami. Is
Talking about his
eligible for the
arms?
draft this year. Yeah, talk about baby arms. Ruben Bain. So Ruben Bain has dropped from the first pass rusher off the board to about third or fourth pass rusher off the board. And he's about to lose like some serious money just based off of his arm length that he got baby arms. Which
Mind
is
you,
crazy.
something he can't change.
Something he can't change at all. But like like I said earlier, you've given that up. You've given that up by pursuing this.
Sadly,
which
we
is
made
okay. That's part of your social contract.
I guess sadly we made sports, and a lot we see it more just the two mainstream, basketball and football. We've seen sports rely so much on people's bodies because you can be 5'10", have the best handles in the world. You're probably not going to end up in the NBA.
Still 5'10".
And you can be 6'5", 6'6", a point guard that has subpar handling skills, but you're genetically a freak. You're going to play in the NBA. But I think we've gotten so used to, or sports in general have got so reliable on people's body types that it's a conversation that needs to happen, and it's necessary to talk about bodies in sports sense. Now, once you start talking about bodies outside of sports sense, that's when it becomes a problem. But
Different conversation.
I'm 5'10", 5'11". Guess what? Every single college camp I went to, they pulled out the tape measure. 5'11". I don't know if we have a spot. Cross it off. I could perform better than everyone.
Cross that
I'm
name off.
5'11". Doesn't matter.
So I can give you a little bit of insight to this. The first thing we do when we start recruiting is like we'll pull up. Let's say we pull up a school, right? Let's say we pulled up Anthony Wayne High School, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll scroll through each position group and go height and weight. If your height and weight doesn't even meet what we're talking about, we're not even watching it.
No, and
We're
why
not
would
even
you?
watching it. We're not even watching it, and we're at D2 school. Like, and you'll. This is gonna sound weird to people who don't know anything about football. You can kind of tell who is more athletic based off of what body part?
But
Their butts. Their butts. Dudes, big butts, big powerful butts. They move a little bit better.
I have two. Like heavy ones that like when I see someone that's athletic, you're obviously for football more it's your butt. How powerful are you? Because it does perform a lot of the power moves you need for football. But how far away your calf is from your Achilles, aka like also like your ankle shape.
Yeah.
It tells me everything I need to know about a person.
Yeah.
Athletically, not everything. Athletically.
I was gonna say calves is huge, butts huge. Like how they walk, if they walk pigeon toed, if they walk what's the other one? Where's this way?
Pigeon toes in. Pigeon toes in. I thought.
What's out?
I don't know.
Pigeon toe was out.
I don't know.
It's like however they like how they stay. They evaluate everything you do because all that stuff matters.
Duck
All of it
is
matters.
out. Pigeons in.
And pigeons in.
Yeah. You know, honestly,
we look at all that stuff.
For me personally, LeBron's duck, but pigeon toed. Have you seen the theory? Pigeon toed helps improve your athletic ability if you walk pigeon toed as a kid.
Does it?
Yeah, that's a bunch of NBA players walk pigeon toed, and they think.
I heard about the tippy toes, like people who walk more on their toes are more explosive because Ryan used to walk on his toes a lot when he was younger, and he's easily the fastest.
You also know what that means. Toe walking is a big sign of autism. I'm not saying Ryan has autism, but I'm just saying like
I am. No, I'm just
but like it's a really big sign of autism. I also personally think a lot more athletes probably have autism than brought to be, but it looks so normal that it's not like no one talks about it because
yeah, we definitely have normalized sports.
to be that interested in something, to dedicate your life to it, something's off in your brain. Not off.
So
something's dictating your brain.
To this point, and then we'll move on to that last thing that you said. Just being around all the coaches all the time, you get to see like just how much they think about football all the time. Like our linebackers coach, he's constantly watching something football related, right? Like whether it's our games, it's another team's games. If he's watching other teams scouting film from 2-3 years ago, he's just watching, right? He's watching it, he's breaking out, he's looking for something, right? And like he'll sit there at his desk, and then every time something happens that's interesting to him or he doesn't know how it happens, he'll draw it. And he'll draw it against different formations, he'll draw it out of everything, right? He draws everything. But not only that, but we also do a thing called the hoops grid. So it's an immaculate grid, it's a 9 grid, or 3x3 grid. There's 3 things at the top, 3 categories at the top, 3 categories at the bottom. It's all about basketball. None of us coach basketball. We will dead ass sit there all day and name the most random basketball players you could possibly think of and try to fill it with unicorns. Unicorn meaning you're the only person in the entire world that put that answer in.
I'll be
like yeah, we probably got something.
I'll say
we
it.
probably got something.
I would say, I'd argue, any person that is really, really good at something probably has something neurodivergent with their brain. Because there's no way other than, I'll say there's very small chance of any other way of being really good at something without having something neurodivergent in your brain, because it has to push you to really dive deep and focus on that one task in one thing.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, I give minuses for placement being off by like this much.
Mm,
Or like if you stepped at a 55-degree angle instead of 45-degree angle, it's not good.
yeah.
Like that's just how deep we get into it. Are you ready for album of the week?
Yeah.
This is a real special one because it's episode 10. I have to give a 10 out of 10 album.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think it was? What do you think it is?
Can I get genre?
It's rap.
10 out of 10. For you, 10
Mm-hmm.
out of 10, or like you think this is a straight up 10 out of 10? Like, and most people would
I
agree.
think this one is a universal 10 out of 10 if you heard it.
Do you think I've listened to it?
I think so. You've at least listened to it in passing. The only other hint I'll give you is that Derek Spearman, our friend Derek,
Uh-huh.
also has this as a 10 out of 10 album.
Okay. Let's think. Derek, I don't know Derek music taste too much. I'm gonna go with When the Smoke Clears 3-6 Mafia.
Got that? Fucking with personal favorite over. Couldn't be further from it. It's actually Saba Care For Me. So this album came out in 2018. Little backstory of how I found it. I found it on. I used to have a hacked Spotify account. You know, sometimes if you ever use Spotify, if you played like an album, after the
Oh, I
album's
love
done,
this album.
yeah, I was say after the album's done, it'll just start playing random songs from related artists. And I was listening to Chance the Rapper, The Coloring Book, and Saba's on one of the songs on The Coloring Book. And then because of that, it started playing this album. And the first song I heard was actually Broken Girls, which is my favorite song on the
I
album.
love Broken Girls. I was playing that song for Brittany one time, and she's like, "What, you like Broken Girls?" I was like, "That's just a good song, Brittany."
It's just a good song. Just a good song. I played this in my when with me and Teddy, my freshman year roommate, and Teddy didn't know nothing about it. Teddy's just listening to the song. He looked at me. He said, "Damn, he talking about me." He's talking about me. But this is one of those albums where like you could definitely tell it's a concept album about growing up as a black kid on the forgotten part of town. So he's from Chicago, and it's one of those albums where like all the songs definitely have a vibe. You could tell they're all made with the same intention, but none of them sound the same. Right? You're never going to confuse any of these songs together. My favorite songs are "Broken Girls" is by far my favorite song.
Can I tell
Yeah,
you
go
my
ahead.
favorite one before you move on? My favorite one
Can I
is
guess?
Gray.
Is it Calligraphy? Oh, you said Gray. I thought it was gonna be cool.
I like Gray. Pretty good song. And that's the one where he goes like, the best song's probably on the demo, but that's not the one that gets you the limo. Basically saying your favorite song isn't the one that's gonna get you famous.
Yeah, it's a quick album too. It's not very long. It's only 41 minutes. Only 10 songs. Heaven All Around Me is definitely one of the ones. It is such a great end to the album. So when I was going to like camps and stuff, like when I was coming up for football, like football camps and stuff, one of the things I would do in the car is I'd play my music for my dad and have my dad rate that artist out of 10.
Yeah.
I played my dad Prom/King, and he's like, yeah, this is a 10 out of 10 song. This is probably the best song you've ever played for me.
I really like this album. I agree. I think Prom
I think it's a 10.
Prom King is good too. I mean, his opening line of that song is. I've been really getting into like digging deep into lyrics recently and like looking at the lyrics of the songs. The first lyric to Prom/King is "This reminds me of before we had insomnia.
Before we had insomnia.
Sleeping peaceful, never needed a pile of
Never
drugs.
need no pile of drugs.
Everybody was
Yes,
college bound, no dollar amounts."
Yeah,
It's good.
If you've never heard this album, please give it a listen. It is so good. It is so good. It's so good. This is an easy 10 for me.
This
and
is
one
good.
day I'll get it out. I mean, I'll get the vinyl.
Yeah, I'll
One
be
day.
honest. This
Mhm.
real good remind me of this because this is one of the things I gotta go back to a lot because I'll hear it on shuffle, but I always forget this whole album. I'm gonna listen to this A through B tomorrow.
It's a it's kind of a weird. It's He's not the only rapper that I can think off the top of my head that's like this. I think Joey Badass is also like this, where they peaked incredibly early
Hmm.
into their career. Like
Yeah,
for the rest of Saba's career, no matter he makes still to this day makes really good music. He will never make anything as good as this, and that's okay.
I think
I think it's okay to.
that's one of the hard parts of being about an artist is because obviously the
Hmm.
stuff that puts you on probably gonna be somebody like it's gonna be good stuff, and are you gonna be able to top it?
Yeah, and, I mean, if you make something that you can't top as good as "Care for Me" by Saba, I think you did all right.
Yeah,
Joey Badass will probably never top 1999. That's okay. That's okay. None of us will probably make anything as good as 1999.
no, if you do, then
You're doing pretty good.
doing pretty
You're
good,
doing pretty good.
doing really good. So not 3 6 Mafia though.
Not 3 6 Mafia. 3 6 Mafia is still peaking, dude. They're still peaking. They're still playing it.
Oh man, oh I love that. That was actually I'm really glad you picked that. I think
Thank you.
Kyle. Hey, 10 out of 10,
It's a 10. It's a
and
10.
literally 10 songs.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it. I didn't even notice that. Don't worry. Next for 20, we might get some 3 6 for episode 20.
Gonna need it. Gonna need it.
3 6 Mafia.
Uh,
All right.
man, I want
You got
to.
animal fact for us?
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about Cape Buffaloes. What you know about them?
I don't know nothing about no Cape Buffalo. How
You
you
ain't know
spell that?
nothing. You know what they are
I don't
though?
know.
They're also known as a
Well,
water buffalo.
oh yeah, I know what a buffalo is. Yeah,
Yeah, not a bison. Commonly
I
mistaken.
was gonna say we do this every football season. Everyone makes fun of Colorado for calling
Yeah,
themselves the Buffaloes.
even
The
Buffalo
bison.
Bills. What's a bill? But Cape Buffaloes,
Uh,
probably one of the most dangerous animals in the world that no one be talking
yeah,
about.
give
They
it a Crooks and look up a Cape Buffalo.
they weigh about like 2,000 pounds. They can weigh up to
Jesus.
2,000 pounds. The bulls can. Um, they mess up lions to the point where a lot of lions, there's actually one type of lion that got like stranded or like cut off from the rest of them that were able to get to the size to really mess with a full grown Cape Buffalo. But I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, it takes a lot of lions to take down a buffalo. But I also think buffaloes may be one of like the main causes of killing lions, and they're
Wow.
incredible swimmers. I gotta show you this picture of it swimming.
I was say you got a video. So I just
I ain't
pulled
got
up
a
a picture
video,
of them.
but this baby's off
That,
Facebook. But look at this.
that thing's it's the horns. The horns make
Yeah,
it look freaky. The
but
horns make it look freaky.
I feel like they're actually part of the Big Five in
Big
Africa.
five?
Yeah.
What big five animals?
Yeah, lion, leopard, rhinoceros, elephant, and Cape buffalo. But I feel like they're forgotten about a bunch. Like no one really talks about Cape buffaloes.
I actually forgot about them. I forgot they were even a thing.
But they're
Only like I said, the only
scary.
time I remember is when they start talking about the University of Colorado. That
That's
was a
how many
scary
humans
looking
they kill a
cow.
year.
Couple thousand?
Oh no,
10?
that'd be crazy. I don't think any animal kills a couple thousand, but 200 to 300 human death annually in Africa.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
That's more than sharks.
yeah. Sharks are actually one of the least dangerous animals death wise in like of like scary
Yeah.
animals. Actually, some of the most terrifying animals that kill humans are animals that don't even want to eat or eat meat. They just charge at them.
Hmm. I was about to say I think aren't mosquitoes the most dangerous in the world? That's just because they carry disease and stuff.
Yeah, I can't tell you that right off the top of my head, but they're nicknamed the Black Death.
The water buffalo?
Yeah,
You think they taste good?
Hunters hunters go for them, and most killings happen because hunters are trying to kill them.
You know what? That's what they get.
Yeah, but did you actually know big game hunting is one of the leading efforts for animal conservation?
I did know that.
Yeah, like poaching's terrible. Don't get me wrong, but like hunting,
Yeah, I would say they do
they
like
pay like hundreds
population
of thousands of
control and stuff like
dollars.
that.
Yeah, they pay like anywhere from like 20 to like $100,000 to go hunt in Africa for like to kill an elephant, which all that money usually goes back into saving more elephants.
Do you remember that South African kid that went to NDC to play rugby?
Yeah,
He once told me that you can pay like $30, $40, and they'll take you in a helicopter and let you shoot baboons with an AR-15.
I believe that.
Because
There's,
there's too many baboons down there.
I mean, hunting's not terrible, but overhunting's bad. My last name's Buckmaster, so
Hey man, let's get out of here.
yes. Oh man, great,
You
great.
gonna
You can close it off. Close it out for us, KP.
Hey man, shouts out to Buffaloes. Shouts out to Audie Crooks.
Baller.
Sh- Shouts out to fuck Jubilee.
Yeah.
Fuck Jubilee.
Screw Jubilee.
No more Jubilee.
If you want to for some reason sponsor us, Julie, and send us a bag, my morals can shift a little bit as long as it's not too crazy.
No, they do that all the time, bro. They do that all the time. They'll have us. They'll do a video where it's two idiot podcasters versus 40 people, 40 Jubilee employees.
Why you calling us idiots?
I'm just saying that's how they're entitled.
No.
We're not idiots. Know your worth. But yeah, and that'll be the title. We'll just debate on whether or not Jubilee's good or not, and with 40 Jubilee employees.
I'm going in there straight off emotions. Whatever that person says, I'm just
We're not
rebutting
looking
off
up
emotions.
We're not looking up nothing. You know, shouts out to Saba. Care for me, man.
Shout out
You know what I'm
Saba.
saying? Thanks for rocking with us for 10 more episodes. I mean, for first 10 episodes. Hopefully we can make it 10 more, man. Y'all boys stay safe. We out. Look at that.